Hello, guys. You are watching the Camera 64 podcast, and I am your host, Alfonso Chavez. And as always, we're coming to you from sunny San Antonio, Texas. Guys, welcome back to the show. So, today I want to talk about all kinds of stuff, but the biggest thing I want to talk about is personal style. Like, how do you find what your style is? What is your style? So to get things going real quick here, guys, I would definitely want to let everybody know that if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you think that the video really bites the bullet, just give us a thumbs down. If you want to let us know why, let us know why it's not that great. And if you think it's great, let us know. Give us a comment. Let us know. If there's something you would like to hear me talk about on this program, don't be afraid to let me know. I will definitely give you my opinion about any question that you might have or ask on this channel, whether that's gear related, picture style, anything and everything, guys. I've seen it all. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. We've shot hundreds, if not hundreds and hundreds of weddings, quinceañeras, and event photography over the years. I consider myself to be one of San Antonio's premier quinceañera photographers, and I'm not ashamed to say that, guys. But today I had a chance to get together with a good friend of mine, Miss Mariana, and she was invited to go take some pictures downtown at a convention. And if you're not from San Antonio, you may not know this, but San Antonio is quite the convention town. There's conventions here that are held from people coming from all over the United States, whether they're teacher conventions, music conventions, movie conventions, Comic-Con conventions, you name it, boat and fishing conventions, car conventions, just for you to kind of get an idea about all the conventions that we have here. But it's a great opportunity for those people who are really into their videography and photography to really get some good jobs from people coming in from out of town. But it is a group that you kind of have to feel your way in and get into the curve. And if you can manage to get into that little curve or wave, then you can have a nice little flow of jobs all year round, because this is a great city to visit, and you can visit it year round, and chances are you're going to have good weather. It might be a little bit hot, but it'll be nice weather for you to enjoy. But anyways, we had a conversation and we were talking about style, and she said that she had somebody ask her about her style, and I have also been asked questions over the year about my style, right? Well, I personally don't consider myself to have a quote unquote style. For me, my style is basically getting the picture to look exactly the way it looked when I was there, guys. That's basically my style. I consider that to be my style, and getting those colors correct. Because oftentimes the camera can miss on colors, and a lot of times people don't even realize it. I see it all the time I'm on Facebook or Instagram, and I look at people's pictures, and I notice that whether it's like way off too warm or way off too cool, or it's too magenta, or there's too much green tone in the picture, and I definitely notice that. But the average person just does not pay attention to the fact that the colors are incorrect in their pictures. So, yeah, y'all take care. Have a good one. So we're gonna go back to the style thing, right? So, like I said, like I was saying, for me personally, it's getting those colors correct, guys. Making sure that the blues are blues, the reds are reds, the black are in fact black, uh, and doing that. And then also, I like to make the colors nice and bright. You know, make sure that those colors are really out there. People really see the bright boomification. I guess I use Jared Poland's word, boomification of the colors, right? So the colors really stand out. So when you see a Camera 64 picture, you immediately know that those colors are going to be dead on, first off, and those colors are going to be bright. I mean, you're going to really know what the colors are without no doubt. Now, that's not to say that what I do is the perfect thing to do. We all have different ways of doing things, and I think that is where your style comes in, guys. So there are other photographers, and I will look at their pictures, and I think that their particular style is their consistency. So if that particular style for them is bright and airy, and if you go to their website and all their pictures are bright and airy, then it's safe to say that that's their style, right? That's not to say that that's the correct way, because for me personally, if I see a bright and airy, to me, I see that picture and oh man, that's way overexposed. Nope, it's way overexposed. Or oh man, they should have worked in the flash. If they would have worked in the flash right here, this would have been perfect. We can't help but do that, but again, it's a bias to what I like. So that's where your style comes in. So if I consistently do what I like, and I do it the same way every single time, and I post those same pictures on my website the same way every single time, then that's my style. Wouldn't you agree? I think most of you out there would agree with that. So basically, what am I saying? I say figure it out. Figure out what it is that you like to do. If you like to shoot your pictures in a certain way, then shoot in that way. If you like to shoot the pictures, let's say without no flash, ambient light, available light, shoot your available light, bring it back, take it into Lightroom. And if you like bringing up the face 2 stops, or if you like darkening the background 3 stops, or whatever it is that you like to do, do it the way that you like to see your pictures. Because if you do that consistently, if you are always doing it the way that you like and doing it the same style that you like, then you become known for that. And if I go to your website and everything is the same, then that's your style, guys. That's your style. No, now, there's nothing worse. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than going to somebody's website and they have all kinds of different stuff, right? And I'm not talking about different genres, right? I'm not talking about baby or family or no, no, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way that the picture looks, the way it's edited, the way it's taken, the care that's taken when that picture's taken, the backgrounds that you choose, those kinds of things. If you have bright and airy, and then you have boomified color, and then you have black and white, and then you have blue tone, and then you have orange tone, and then you have what else? Any it could be anything, guys. I'm just trying to give you an example that if you mix it all up, when you send somebody to your website and they're looking around at your pictures and they see all these different kinds of styles, first off, they're going to assume, number one, that you can do all of it and everything, which is okay because I can do all of it and anything. But here's the thing, I don't want to do it all. I want to do it the same way every single time. Why? Because I've already figured out my workflow and I know that I can do it quickly and not have any doubt about how I'm going to do that. Versus if I have bright, if my style boomified colors, right? Let's say my style is boomified colors, and I have somebody come in and say, okay, Al, I want you to do black and white for me. Do you think I'm going to be as confident doing black and white as I am my own style? No, not at all. I'm gonna be double guessing myself the whole way. Oh my gosh, is this right? Are those colors? I mean, are those black and whites right? Are those grays right? Are them blacks right? You see, you start doubting yourself, and if you doubt yourself, I mean, what do you think how do you think the customer is gonna feel if you're doubting yourself? You think that the customer is gonna doubt you? They're gonna doubt you twice as much. Because they're saying, man, I hired this guy and I'm paying him a lot of money or her a lot of money, and they don't know what they're doing. That is why, guys, that is why I tell people, figure out what you like to do it the same way, figure out how to do it quickly, and just stick to it, whatever that is. That's not to say that you can't change. So let's say you start doing a certain style and you figure out that after playing around in your own personal time by doing personal projects, you figure out that you might like something better, than change. But if you change, you're gonna have to change your whole site so it's all consistent. And that way, when they hire you, they're gonna hire you to do this specific thing, right? So there's photographers that do composites. They do composites all day long. There's photographers that do portraits. Let's say in a studio setting, right? And all they do is portraits in a studio setting. 90% of what they do, that's what they do. They might step out of the box on occasion, but 90% of the time they're going to be doing the same thing over and over. Whether that's a studio shot on location, whether it's using a 7-foot softbox or a 3-foot softbox, they use the same techniques over and over again. Now, it might seem boring, guys. It does. As a matter of fact, I'll admit it can feel a little bit boring sometimes. And so that is why we do personal projects. You always hear people, oh, I'm doing a personal project. I'm working on this, I'm working on that. Well, those personal projects allow you to kind of stretch your imagination and to try something different. But you don't want to do that on a job, right? Because if you do that on a job, you're taking a huge risk because you may not provide the photos that they're expecting from you, uh, and it can cost you. It can cost you a job. It can cost you some money down the line, you know. So you don't want to risk those kinds of things, guys. So let's take a look at my website, and again, I put it right out there, right? Camera 64, San Antonio's premier quinceañera photographer. And don't be afraid to say that you are the premier or the best or one of the best. Don't be afraid to say any of that, guys, because you are all very good photographers out there. Everybody that watches my channel is a good photographer, guys. So let's scroll down here. And so this is Hay Street Bridge, right? This is a picture we just did. It was this again was a project, right? I do photograph a whole bunch of quinceañeras, but this particular setup was a project that I was working on with a friend of mine who does makeup and hair. And she's the one who set up these young ladies in their beautiful setup. But look at this. I have Mia. Her dress was fantastic. I really love this dress, right? Because it's got tons of colors. Look at that. This is an amazing picture. And I shot this on my 1D, just in case y'all are wondering. This is a 1D Mark III. It's a 10 megapixel camera. And so not only do I have it presented large here on my website, but it's also presented large when I printed it out too. I think I did a 20 by 30 with a 10 megapixel camera. So don't ask me about do megapixels make a huge difference, because in my opinion the answer is always going to be no. But here we go. See, look at that's me right there. Again, look at the colors, guys. Correct exposure. I got just a bling in my eye. The colors are nice and sharp and boomy. You know this is a Camera 64 picture. There's no doubt about it. Same here. Look at that. Beautiful. Huge softbox. If I remember correctly, I think I have my 6-footer out there. She wanted to be photographed in front of a castle, so that's what we did. But look at that. Sky's perfectly exposed. There's some shadows here in the trees, but she's perfectly exposed. Colors boomified. Same thing. Here's the McNay here in San Antonio. The McNay Art Museum is a beautiful place to photograph. Same thing. Nothing fancy. Very basic. Colors match. Colors are perfectly done right. Her dress looks exactly like her dress. There's nothing worse, guys. And this has happened before. It's happened before where people say, oh my gosh, she had a blue dress, and I got the pictures and her dress was purple. Or her dress was magenta, or some other weird color. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Some other color that it was not supposed to be, but that's the way it ended up coming out in the pictures, because the colors were not right. So here we are, downtown San Antonio. This is the Hay Street Bridge again, just like the first picture. And then Market Square. This is one of my favorite places to shoot, especially during Fiesta. There's nothing nicer than having a whole bunch of people in your picture. It sounds crazy, but it looks really good, guys. But this is Market Square at night. Just a beautiful picture. Same thing, just a close shot. This is just overhead. I'm just carrying the camera up over my head, coming down. And what that does is it just leads them to raise their chin up. But the colors are just dead on. I mean, if you were there, this picture looks exactly like her face, and the colors of her makeup and lips is exactly what it was that day, along with her dress too. And then I always forget the name of this building. It's what used to be the largest building in San Antonio. Not so much anymore, but it's a pretty popular building here in San Antonio. But beautiful, same thing. Colors are dead on. Same thing here. Look at that. I underexposed the background just a little bit. Got a flash on him, but you notice that the exposure on him is dead on. Colors are nice and bright. It's that simple, guys. It's nothing that we're trying to change or make just completely outrageous. There's nothing worse than shooting a set of pictures and then putting different filters and sending those out and sending 3 or 4 versions. I hear this all the time. Oh, I send my customer 3 versions of the same picture for every single picture. So if you shot 100 pictures and you gave them 3 versions of each, that's just, I mean, that would make my head explode. My head explodes just taking that many pictures, first of all. But if I was a customer trying to figure out which pictures I wanted, my head would explode trying to figure out which picture I wanted, guys. So let's keep it short and simple, right? Simple and sweet. Colors are good, and that's it, right? That's your style. So that's my opinion about what your style is. So figure out what your style is, stick to it. If you get a request to do something that is not your style, guys, don't be afraid to tell that person, hey, maybe I'm not your photographer. Maybe you need to find somebody that's bright and airy, because I see bright and airy, I can do bright and airy, but to me, it doesn't look right. And if it doesn't look right to me, then I don't want to produce anything that doesn't look right to me, guys. That's what it's really all about. But I want to thank you guys. If you've seen it all the way to the end of this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. If you didn't like it, I want to hear why you didn't like it. What is it? You didn't like my Star Wars shirt, or maybe the audio quality was horrible, or maybe you didn't like the fact that I don't write anything down. I just kind of go off the top of the cuff, right? If you like off of the cuff videos, then this is definitely your place. If you want to ask my opinion about anything photography wise, or even some personal stuff, I will be more than happy to make a show about it, guys. It gives me something to talk about, and it also lets me know that somebody's watching what I'm actually making. So if you have a question that's related to photography, anything, I mean literally anything about photography, I know way more than I should about photography, but I can own it. I do know a lot of stuff about photography, so if you want to ask me anything, please do. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching Camera 64. I appreciate it, and I have been your host, Alfonso Chavez. And till next time, just go out there and take some more pictures, set up a project and do it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.